Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Watson and today we'll be looking at question 4 of AQA's Language Paper 1. If you're looking for other questions on this paper, then click the link up here and it'll take you to the playlist that I've put together for this exam. So, question 4 is the final question of the reading section and it'll look something like this. As you can see, you'll be given a specific section of the extract to focus on. You'll be given an opinion from a reader and asked to what extent you agree with this opinion. You need to write about your own impressions of the extract and back these up with evidence. Now, there's no restriction on language or structure for this question, so you can talk about both of them if you so choose, so long as it's relevant. This question is worth 20 marks, and I suggest you spend no longer than 25 minutes answering it. Because this question is worth a significantly higher number of marks than questions 2 and 3, your answer for this question should be much more detailed and developed, and should be your longest answer for the reading section. So, how would I go about approaching this question? Well, because there are so many marks at stake here, it's crucial that you plan your response before writing it. The first thing I would do is focus on the opinion stated in the question. Then, I would reread the section of the extract that I've been directed to, making sure that I'm considering this opinion as I read. I'll ask myself whether or not I agree with the statement, and underline any evidence to support my own point of view. Let's look at this example. The statement we're given is, this part of the story, where the weather takes a turn for the worse, shows just how dangerous this storm is. We're also told to look at the second part of the source, between line 26 and the end. So, I'll now read through that section and decide if I agree with this statement, making sure that I identify any quotations that support my thinking. Based on this section of the extract, I've decided that I agree with the statement, and I found these quotations as my evidence. Now that I have my opinion and quotations, I can begin to write my answer. Just like with my question 2 and question 3 videos, there are different approaches to structuring your response. However, just like in those videos, the approach I'll be using is what, how, and why. We need to address what our opinion is on the statement. We need to explore how the writer does this using language or structural techniques. And we need to consider why the writer has done this and why they have used these techniques in particular. Here's a model paragraph that I've put together based on the planning we did earlier. I agree that the writer makes the storm seem incredibly dangerous. One way that this is achieved is through the writer's use of personification to make the other aspects of nature seem afraid of its power. A good example of this is when the sea is described as being startled, as well as it launching a desperate attempt to break free. The writer here works to create a sense of fear and shock within the sea as the storm begins to take control of it. It implies that it is a hostage to the weather, and that even something as mighty and powerful as the sea cannot escape from the storm's grasp. It is helpless. Through personifying the sea in this way, the writer creates the impression that the storm is so dangerous that even other elements of nature are intimidated by it. The reader develops sympathy for the sea, as they know that no matter how hard it tries to get away from the devastating storm, there's absolutely no escape. Let's break down the what, how, and why in this model answer. Here, I talk about what my opinion is on the statement. Here, I discuss how they do this, using my quotations as evidence. It's important to note here that I've also used subject terminology to identify the techniques being used by the writer. And here, I consider why the writer may have made these decisions, taking into account the impact on the reader. I will then go on to write at least another paragraph, but if I have more time to spare within my 25 minutes of answering this question, then I will try to make further points to ensure I'm not missing any opportunities to pick up additional marks. Okay, that's it for question 4 of Language Paper 1. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, feel free to give it a like, and why not subscribe so you don't miss any future videos just like this one. I'll thank you for watching, and as always, I hope to see you next time.